I'm about finished moving my brew rig into my basement and going electric, shutting off the propane for good. It was just a little inconvenient, especially with a kid running around. You're just on edge, and I've got about 10 more years of that, so I figured now was the time. What I did was, instead of cutting holes in the kettles and stuff, it's a hot rod heat stick, is what it's called. They're kind of pricey, maybe 80 bucks each. So I got one for the boil kettle, one for the hot liquor tank, and then the one for the hot liquor tank, I got a mechanical thermostat and put it on there. It's not exact, but it has degrees, but they're not 100%, but I find whatever 168 is or 165, and that's good enough for me, and it's pretty consistent with that. But I ran those to a control panel that simple on off switch with an emergency stop. So once I hit the main on off contactor there, then I can turn on either the boil kettle or the HLT element, and this one will go off by the thermostat, but this one's just staying on until you tell it it's off. And the way that it works, because most elements are 5,500 watts, which would be a lot to maintain a boil. This one's just 3,500 watts, which still gets it up to temperature pretty well, but doesn't require throttling it at all. If it does, or if I get there, I might put another switch, or I think it's a potentiometer on there so I can run it at 50% or something. The other thing I'm most excited about is, since my hot water heater's right there, I just pulled off the hot water tank and piped it in there, ran it through a filter, which is it's a carbon filter. Apparently it's a little bit iffy running hot water through a carbon filter. It's more effective at lower temperatures, but you can get this stuff that's rated for 125 or 130, which is what the domestic hot water is usually at, about 120. So that was doable. This thing is a good example of when bullshit goes too far. A guy gave this to me when I bought a much bigger brew system, and he had it so that it counts it's got a flow meter here that has a little turbine in it that spins as water's flowing through it, and so it counts it in this box, and then it counts down whatever amount of gallons you want. Say you want 20 gallons, you put 20 on there and then hit go, and then you turn your valve on, and then it would let 20 gallons run through here into wherever, and then it would shut off this motorized ball valve. And it's run by a bunch of AA batteries, so you're not going to get electrocuted if anybody's worried about this bunch of garbage wiring looking around this. It's just battery powered. But I've already played with it a little bit, and it's pretty much a waste of time, so I'm probably just going to take it out and hard pipe straight across from there and control it with a ball valve. I think you can open this ball valve everywhere, all the way, and it'll blast right through this carbon filter and probably not do much, but you can throttle it enough to get, I think these are rated for about 5 gallons per minute or something, which is a pretty good click. All right,